Okay, let's dive in. Have you ever felt like you're just drowning in information, maybe wishing someone could just boil it down to the absolute essentials, maybe throw in a few really surprising facts?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're definitely in the right place.
Mhm.
Today, we are taking a deep dive into this really extraordinary set of sources. They take us way out, far reaches of the galaxy.
Yeah.
We're exploring space piracy, some amazing ingenuity, and, well, a few encounters you just wouldn't expect.
And what's so fascinating here, I think, is how these sources, they seem like just a thrilling adventure on the surface, right?
Right.
But they actually lay bare some really complex dynamics. The immense value of certain rare resources, the sheer difficulty of policing these huge stretches of space,
Yeah, vast.
and just the audacity, really, of people operating outside the law. So our mission today is basically to pull out those core insights, try to understand the motivations behind it all.
And maybe find a few of those aha moments that really stick with you. So our source material today drops us right into this super high-stakes situation. You've got sophisticated space beacons, a pretty ruthless band of criminals, and the very determined Space Corps.
Hmm.
Get ready for a thrilling ride. Seriously, because this deep dive, it's packed with twists, turns, and some characters you won't soon forget. Okay, let's start our journey at Spacejack Beacon Alpha 1. Just picture this silent, incredibly complex sentinel right on the edge of the galaxy.
A vital navigational hub.
Totally vital.
Yeah.
And it took thousands of hours to build, immense cost. But the really notable thing, it's built almost entirely of this rare mineral called Argonite.
Right, and that raises the big question. Why Argonite?
Yeah.
Well, the sources tell us it's the most valuable mineral in the whole galaxy, found only in the fourth sector. And it's crucial because it can withstand, the rigors of deep space.
But what makes it so special?
It's got these unique properties. It's tensile, ductile, heat-proof, and almost indestructible. Basically, perfect for building something that needs to last out there. It's central to the whole story, really.
And naturally, it's this super valuable asset that draws the attention of our first set of characters, the space pirates. They're led by this lean, sharp-featured guy, Caven. And he's got this worried subordinate dervish.
You can sort of picture him, can't you?
Totally. And they pull off this precise, totally silent attack on Alpha 1 using magnetic charges, propulsion units, real pro job.
And their ship, this black dart-shaped thing, later identified as a beta dart, clearly built for speed and, crucially, stealth.
Right?
Now, if we connect this to the bigger picture, you see the destruction of Alpha 1 isn't just random vandalism. It's not just sabotage.
Yeah.
It's a strategic move specifically to get their hands on this precious resource, the Argonite. It really highlights the economic drivers behind this kind of galactic conflict. It's about resources.
Okay, so enter the quote-unquote good guys, or at least the Space Corps.
The authorities, yeah.
We meet General Hermack, described as grim, very duty-bound leader, and he's got his flexible aide, Major Ian Warm. They're aboard this massive T-shaped V-ship.
A battle cruiser, yeah. It's described as basically a city in space. Huge.
Massive.
And what's fascinating here, I think, is General Hermack's immediate deduction when Beacon Alpha 1 just goes silent.
Right. Others might think it's just broken down.
Exactly. People suggest mechanical failure, but Hermack, he instinctively knows better. He gets it. He realizes the criminals aren't just hitting cargo ships anymore. They've escalated.
They're going after the beacons.
Precisely. Targeting the beacons themselves specifically for their Argonite, it shows he has this really deep understanding of the criminal mind, but also the value chain of this mineral. He knows what they're after.
And so Hermack comes up with a new strategy to counter these, agile pirates. Instead of random patrols, which clearly aren't working,
Right.
he plans to man the beacons, basically drop small parties, like 4 or 5 guys, onto them.
Which sounds incredibly dangerous.
Oh, absolutely. Harsh, but in his view, necessary. And we see this happen. Lieutenant Sorba and his 4 Space Corps guardsmen get stationed on Beacon Alpha 4. Just waiting. Now, here's where it gets, well, really interesting. Unexpected. Beacon Alpha 4, just sitting there, silently awaiting its fate, suddenly has this bizarre arrival.
Yeah.
A square blue police box just materializes right in the computer bay.
Out of nowhere.
Completely. And outstep this really unlikely trio.
Yeah.
You've got the eccentric kind of scruffy doctor,
The doctor.
Amy McCrimmon, described as a brawny Scottish Highlander,
Okay.
and Zoe Harriet, who's basically a brilliant human computer.
So this immediately raises a question, doesn't it? What are they doing there?
Exactly. What's their motivation? They're clearly not Space Corps. They're not pirates.
Right.
And their confusion is immediate. Jamie just wants to get back in their ship, the TARDIS, and leave. The Doctor, though, he's fascinated by the beacon's computers.
Of course he is.
It just sets them apart instantly and throws this layer of, well, unexpected chaos into the mix.
Total chaos.
And their arrival is met instantly with hostility. Lieutenant Sorba's guards, they're startled, on edge.
Understandably.
They mistake them for intruders. Blaster fire erupts. There's this desperate chase through Alpha 4's, honeycomb corridors.
And Sorba, believing they're smugglers, gives the order.
Shoot to kill. Chilling.
Yeah. Now, if you connect this back, this initial misunderstanding is actually crucial, isn't it?
How so?
It highlights just how high tension the environment is. The Space Corps operating under these shoot-on-sight orders,
Right.
which leads to this completely innocent party being seen as a major threat. And meanwhile, just as this is happening inside,
Caven arrives.
Caven and his pirate crew arrive outside Alpha 4 for their second attack. They hear the gunfire inside.
So the internal conflict distracts the Space Corps.
Exactly. It distracts Sorba's men, and inadvertently it helps the pirates, gives them cover, basically.
So the Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe, they get trapped in this small metal chamber. Sorba's men are trying to burn through the hatches to get them.
Right, closing in.
Then, Caven's men ambush the Space Corps guards outside. Lieutenant Sorba gets wounded, but he manages to activate his emergency signal just before passing out.
Now look at Caven's reaction here. It's fascinating. He's ruthlessly efficient.
Finds the signal device.
Finds it on Sorba and immediately destroys it.
Yeah.
Boom. He knows about the Space Corps tracking. He's aware.
Smart in a terrifying way.
And then crucially, he seals the Doctor and his companions in their chamber by welding the hatch shut. He has no idea who they are or how significant they'll become. He just sees them as loose ends, maybe.
Just trapped intruders.
Right.
And just like that, poof, Beacon Alpha 4 disintegrates. The pirates get their Argonite.
And General Hermack assumes everyone inside is dead. That grim prediction.
But he's wrong. The Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe, okay, they're unconscious from lack of oxygen, but they are very much alive.
How?
They're sealed inside one of the floating beacon segments Caven just attached, now just drifting purposefully through space. Okay, so the story now brings in another really crucial character. Milo Clancey.
Milo.
He's described as this old, heavily mustached space pilot. Tough, weather-beaten, just like his ancient Delta-class freighter, the LIZ-79.
A classic old-timer.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the Space Corps find him near the debris field of Alpha 4. But his immediate reaction when General Hermack hails him, it's anything but respectful.
What does he do?
Refuses orders. Tells the general, straight up, he's having me breakfast.
You gotta love that. But it says something, doesn't it, about the culture?
Definitely.
Milo really represents the sort of bygone era, maybe. These deep space pioneers, miners, prospectors, they operated without rules for so long.
Right, the Wild West of space.
Exactly. And they resent the Space Corps coming in later, trying to enforce order. So his defiance isn't just him being quirky. It reflects this deep-seated independent streak, a history of self-reliance.
Okay, so despite Milo being totally uncooperative, Hermack actually recognizes the name, Milo Clancey, a legend from his own early days in the Corps.
Oh, interesting.
So Hermack starts suspecting maybe Milo is the elusive pirate leader. We're connected somehow.
A possibility, given his attitude.
So Hermack makes this really calculated move. He lets Milo go, just lets him fly off.
Seems counterintuitive.
Right. But then he immediately dispatches Major Warren in a smaller, faster a minnow ship to secretly tail him. He's gambling that Milo will lead them right to the pirate base.
A clever gamble. But what's fascinating here is Milo's own story. He's not just some grumpy old prospector.
No.
He reveals he's actually been a victim of Argonite piracy himself. He's lost 5 floaters, probably cargo containers or something, over 2 years.
Wow.
And all his reports to Earth government ignored. He actually believes the piracy is specifically aimed at him.
Okay, that throws a wrench in Hermack's theory.
Completely. It adds this whole layer of complexity. It challenges that simple good versus evil idea. You've got personal vendettas mixed up in this larger criminal thing.
So then comes this aha moment. Real ingenuity from Milo. Major Warren eventually catches up, fires warning shots at LIZ-79.
Right, standard procedure.
But Milo, he unleashes his own invention, a cloud of copper needles.
Copper needles? What do?
They jam the minnow ship's computerized guidance systems. Completely disables it.
How? That sounds almost primitive.
It is. But the Doctor explains it later. Argonite, the very stuff the advanced ships are made of or use in their systems, it's magnetically polarized for copper.
Ah, so the copper interacts with the Argonite casing.
Exactly. It's this crucial detail, probably obscure, that lets simple copper needles wreak havoc with sophisticated systems built with Argonite.
That's brilliant. It's like adapting old world thinking or maybe just fundamental science to solve a new world problem.
Yeah.
Milo's simple physical countermeasure exploits a basic material property that these modern high-tech ships completely rely on, turns their strength right into a weakness. Amazing.
Meanwhile, back in the drifting segment, the Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe are still trapped.
Running out of air, presumably.
Well, they were unconscious, but they must have woken up. Because the Doctor, ever the scientist, he's observing things. He notices the other beacon segments floating nearby.
Yeah.
They're moving with purpose, controlled by little rockets attached to them.
Ah, so Caven's guiding them somewhere.
Precisely. And Zoe, with her human-computer brain, she does some quick calculations, figures out their trajectory, their eventual destination.
Where are they headed?
The planet Ta.
Ta. Okay, now that raises an important question about coincidence. Or maybe it's not a coincidence.
What's Ta?
Ta is the main inhabited planet in the Pliny system. It's the headquarters of the Issigri Mining Corporation. Big deal.
Okay.
And it's also the last place General Hermack would ever expect Milo Clancey to go.
Why is that?
Because Milo has this long-standing sworn enmity with Madeleine Issigri, the company's president. They hate each other, apparently.
Ah. So we have Milo heading for Ta, likely being tailed by Warren.
Right.
And the beacon segments, carrying the Doctor, Jamie, Zoe, and crucially, their TARDIS.
Also heading for Ta.
All converging on the same planet, the headquarters of a corporation run by Milo's enemy.
Exactly. It sets the stage perfectly for a dramatic showdown that nobody, least of all Hermack, could possibly see coming.
Okay, so once they actually get to Ta, Milo leads the Doctor and his companions, presumably after they meet up somehow, into the planet's vast underground mining tunnels.
Right into the belly of the beast, the Issigri Corporation's workings.
And it's there. Deep inside, they stumble upon the real pirate hideout.
And what they find there is, well, it's shocking.
What is it?
They find this ragged, unkempt old man just cowering under a table in a hidden study.
Who is it?
It's Dom Issigri, Madeleine's father, who everyone thought was dead. He's been held prisoner by Caven for years.
No way. So Madeleine's father is alive and Caven's been holding him?
Right there, in his own company's headquarters, essentially. This just instantly exposes how deep Caven's villainy goes and the true nature of this whole conspiracy. It's not just about Argonite.
So Milo then reveals Caven's true identity. He's not just some pirate captain.
No, he's a notorious claim jumper. An old enemy of Milo's, someone Milo actually helped put away in a penal colony years ago.
Ah, so it is personal.
Deeply personal.
Okay.
This whole space piracy operation, the attacks specifically on Milo's freighters, kidnapping Dom Issigri. It's all part of Caven's incredibly elaborate long-term plan for revenge.
Revenge against Milo.
And to seize control of the entire Issigri company by manipulating Madeleine, probably using her father as leverage.
Wow. Okay, so Caven's plan is revealed. And it's audacious, isn't it?
Shockingly audacious. It's multi-layered. First, he plans to frame Milo and the others. Plant them, along with some stolen Argonite, back on Milo's ship, LIZ-79. Then rig the ship to blast off and immediately fail, making it look like an accident.
Delivering them as dead space pirates right to General Hermack.
Exactly. Cleans up loose ends, frames his old enemy. Classic villain move. But that's not even the worst part.
What's worse?
His most terrifying move is wiring the entire atomic fuel store deep beneath the planet Ta with explosives.
The entire fuel store? Why?
He intends to detonate it, destroy the planet, destroy the Issigri base, and destroy Hermack's V-ship when it eventually arrives in orbit. Eliminate everyone and everything.
My God. Scorched Earth doesn't even cover it.
Total annihilation. Get rid of all witnesses, all rivals in one massive cataclysmic event.
So Madeleine Issigri, she now realizes the horrifying truth, right? About Caven, about her father being alive.
She must be reeling.
She tries desperately to warn General Hermack, get a message out. But Caven cuts her off.
Of course he does. He reveals his threats against her father, Dom, to ensure she stays quiet, ensures her compliance. She's trapped.
So the stage is set. It's a race against time, an impossible clock ticking down.
And they're locked in a guarded room. How do they even get out? This is where you see the Doctor's ingenuity really shine.
Right, the escape plan.
It's brilliantly simple, but so effective. He gets them to wax the floor.
Wax the floor.
Yeah. then scatter marbles all over it, make it super treacherous, then light a fire using rags and paper to create smoke and panic.
To draw the guards in.
Exactly, draw the guards in. When they rush into the smoky room,
They slip on marbles.
slip, fall, chaos. And in the confusion, the prisoners, the doctor, Jamie, Zoe, Milo, Dom, they can escape past them. They even use broken share legs as makeshift clubs.
That's amazing, using basic physics and psychology.
It's a masterful blend of observation, understanding human reactions, and just pure improvisation under pressure.
Okay, so escaping the study is just step one. Now begins this desperate dash through the mining tunnels.
Right, they've got the doctor, Jamie, Zoe, Milo, the rescued Dom Issigri, and even Lieutenant Sorba, who's recovered enough to join them.
Where are they heading?
Towards the atomic fuel store. They have to stop Caven's doomsday plan.
And meanwhile, up in space, General Hermack and Major Warren are rapidly approaching Ta.
Completely unaware of the full extent of the danger, they just think they're closing in on pirates.
Not realizing the planet itself is about to blow.
Exactly. This is where the tension just peaks, right? Hermack is minutes, maybe seconds away from ordering a missile strike on Caven's beta dart, which is now in orbit.
Which would be useless if the planet explodes.
Worse than useless. Hermack has no idea Caven has armed this planet-killing device below. The doctor literally has moments to find and defuse the detonator.
The window for survival is incredibly narrow.
It's that classic scenario. Critical information withheld or unknown at the exact moment it's most desperately needed.
So the doctor puts on a radiation suit, goes into the atomic storage chamber.
High stakes.
Seconds are ticking down. He finds the detonator, described as a metal spider.
Okay.
He sees two thin wires, one green, one red.
The classic choice.
It is. Nail-biting moment. Pure intuition, maybe scientific deduction under pressure. He makes his decision, cuts the green wire,
Right.
then the red.
Hmm?
And just as Caven, up in his beta dart, smugly throws the detonation switch, nothing happens.
He did it.
He did it.
Ah, that's just the perfect culmination, isn't it? The doctor's calm scientific genius under the most extreme pressure imaginable.
Totally.
His precise action, that split-second decision, and it happens just as Major Warren's missiles hit the beta dart from Hermack's ship.
So Caven's ship is destroyed.
And the detonator is disabled. He saved the planet Ta, and he saved the Space Corps V-ship without them even knowing the full danger they were in.
Caven's reign of terror is over. Just like that.
It really shows how sometimes the fate of, well, entire worlds can rest on the focused brilliance and quick action of just one individual.
So in the aftermath, you can imagine the scene, probably a bit of a muted celebration back in Madeleine Issigri's office.
Relief, more than anything, I'd guess.
Right. Milo Clancey, he's completely vindicated now. He's the hero.
Went from suspect to savior.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Dom Issigri is reunited with his daughter, Madeleine. It's mentioned she'll face trial for her involvement with Caven.
Some level of complicity, perhaps forced.
Yeah, but her father's testimony is expected to lighten her sentence considerably. So a complex kind of justice, but justice nonetheless.
It seems like things are wrapping up, but, you know, for the doctor and his companions, the immediate crisis is over, but there's still that question.
What happens next?
Right. Their original goal, way back before all this chaos, was just to get their ship back, retrieve the TARDIS.
Oh, yeah. Where is it? Still in that beacon segment.
Apparently so. The doctor reveals it's currently in orbit around Lobos,
Lobos.
which just happens to be Milo Clancey's home planet, still trapped inside one of those other beacon fragments that Caven sent off.
Huh. Of course it is.
Mm.
So how do they get there?
Well, in a final act of, you could call it cheeky defiance,
Knowing Milo.
Milo Clancey offers the doctor, Jamie, and Zoe a lift back to Lobos on his beloved ancient freighter LIZ-79,
Perfect.
and they blast off just as General Hermack's massive V-ship is making its slow, cumbersome landing on Ta.
Leaving Hermack with.
Nothing but static on his comms channel and a sound described as very like an old-fashioned raspberry.
Brilliant. A perfect, slightly rebellious end to a truly wild adventure.
Couldn't have planned it better.
So today we've really seen how things like greed, loyalty, maybe unexpected ingenuity, how they all clash in just the vastness of space.
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In a universe this big, with resources that valuable, is true law and order ever really possible?
Or will there always be someone, somewhere, finding unexpected ways to exploit the system, even with something as simple as unexpected as copper needles?
Wow. That was quite the deep dive, wasn't it?
It really was. A lot happened there.
Yeah, from the, silent destruction of that deep space beacon right at the start all the way to that last-second planet-saving defusal.
Yeah.
Our sources really revealed a universe far more complex, far more thrilling than just a simple news report could ever capture.
Indeed. And we explored quite a bit the unique properties, the strategic significance of Argonite,
Right, the mineral itself.
the maverick spirit of characters like Milo Clancey, sort of representing a fading frontier, maybe.
Yeah.
That intricate web of deception woven by Caven, driven by revenge and greed. And just the sheer resourcefulness needed sometimes to navigate these truly impossible situations.
Like waxing the floor.
Exactly. Hopefully you listening feel much more informed now with maybe a few surprising facts, a deeper understanding of the motivations and the dynamics really at play.
We certainly hope you enjoyed getting well-informed the deep dive way. And hey, if you have sources you want us to unpack, definitely send them our way.
Yeah, we'd love to see them.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.